Welcome back into the channel. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We're back with your best bets for the NBA here for you today on Wednesday, April 9, 2025. NBA player props, spreads, totals, predictions. As always, guys, let's lock in for a 4-0 sweep. Let's get after it here today.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that Parlay now. Straight fire.
Hello, my friends. It's going to be a great day in the NBA today. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. If you're a returning viewer, also make sure you guys hit that like button for me as well. Helps us grow the video a lot. So, appreciate y'all. Let's do a recap now from yesterday. We ended up having a pretty solid day. 3-2 in the NBA on Tuesday. Plus 0.76 units. We love to see it, guys. Also had a good day in baseball, too. So a 5-3 day total across the channel. But 3-2 in the NBA. We ended up cashing the Golden State Warriors -8 spread. That's about as sweat-free as it gets, guys. They ended up winning that game by 30+, so we love to see it there. We cashed Trae Young over 24.5 points. Gonna be honest, that one was definitely sweaty. Hit a late 3 to hit that over, then hit a 2 following that. But we did cash on that. And then we also cashed on Ivica Zubac over 16.5 points. This was our Straight Fire MVP pick of the day. If you guys are interested in becoming a channel member, getting access to those types of picks, down below in the pinned comment, there's a join button down below, and also in the description, there's a link for that where you can sign up, become a member. We post these picks in the community tab on Twitter or on YouTube for our members. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but yeah, you get access to that. You also get all of our picks and plays early. But those were our picks. Those were our wins of the day. The two misses that we had, we missed on Porzingis under 19.5 points. Guys, I swear this guy just came out with a vengeance for me. It felt personal. I said in yesterday's video, the only way Porzingis was going to go over is if he hit like 5 threes. Well, the brother hit 7. So it was 100% accurate in the sense that he didn't get really any points in the paint, which is really why I wanted to take it. And I'm like, what's the odds that Porzingis comes out and just knocks down like 5 threes? Well, apparently it was pretty good yesterday. He came out and he was just doing nothing but shooting threes. They were giving him the ball every trip, like, yo, just shoot this from like 30, bro. And that's what was happening. So obviously that one hurt. Didn't mind the read on it though, because like I said, it did follow what I said. It just is unfortunate. Dude just was hitting everything. That's just the way it goes sometimes. And then we missed on Anthony Edwards over 36.5 PRAs. He lands at 36, right on the hook, and really disappears in the fourth quarter. It was a big reason why the Bucks were able to come back and win that game from 20+ down. That was because Edwards disappeared. But that's okay, guys. It happens. Obviously, 3-2 days, still good. For our Comet Cappers, we had Todd Carmen calling the Giannis Antetokounmpo triple-double. That was plus 450. Cash is that great call-out. There for that plus value. Scarborough Betts calling Darius Garland over 22.5 points. Mike Crone calling Zach Edey over 10.5 rebounds. Ricky Redwater calling Franz Wagner over 10.5 rebounds and assists. And Justin McKelvey calling the Cavs game over 239.5. We love to see it, guys. Great call-outs from our comment cappers. Great day in the comment section. One last thing before we get into our picks. All of our links that you'll ever need are down below in the pinned comment and description. If we're talking about social media, membership, and merchandise, anything like that you guys are interested in the pinned comment in the description, all those links. So check that out if you guys are interested. Aside from that, let's get right into our picks here for today, guys. At number 1, we're going with the Oklahoma City Thunder -9.5 spread here versus the Phoenix Suns. -108 odds on DraftKings, risking 1 unit on this play. So yeah, I know what you guys are thinking right away. I can just read your mind. I know what you're thinking. Steve, the Thunder are probably going to rest their entire starting lineup tonight. I'm aware. Very much aware. They're probably going to rest everybody tonight. I'm counting on it. I obviously wouldn't mind if they play their starters, but I think the likelihood is that they're going to rest a lot of bodies tonight. There's not much here to play for the Thunder, so it's going to be a lot of bench players. What do we know about the Oklahoma City Thunder, though, guys? You guys know how deep the Thunder are? Their bench is incredibly good. Incredibly good, led by Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. All these guys that come off the bench are very good as well. So why am I taking it in this spot? Well, this is more of an indictment against the Suns. We took the Warriors last night for a very good reason, obviously versus the Suns, and we saw how that worked out. The Suns are absolutely horrendous right now. They might even be worse than the Wizards at their low. As far as effort level, defensive scheme, you name it. It just, the effort of this team just isn't there. They're turning the ball over a lot. They're just playing like absolute crap. And they've lost 7 games in a row. They're 24th in offensive rating, 29th in defensive rating over those 7 games, losing by 10 plus in all 7 losses. So yeah, I'm going to play it again here. A well-coached Thunder team that's got a very deep bench. The last time that we saw the Thunder rest all of their starters, they won by 18 at home versus the Blazers, who the Blazers were actually playing pretty good ball then. So can they do it versus a Suns team that is very undisciplined right now, is lacking effort, just really has nothing left now at this point really to play for? Technically, they still have a chance, but it's very slim. Their season is pretty much over. And like I said, you're just not feeling the vibes in Phoenix. Meanwhile, for the Thunder, coming off a win last night, they still played their players, despite having nothing to play for. So there's still a chance that they play a few guys tonight anyway. With what they've been doing, I thought they would rest their starters the last couple of games, and they haven't been. They've been playing their guys, and are they going to do that again tonight? Probably not. Like I said, they'll probably rest definitely a few bodies. Hopefully we can get a couple starters in there, though. That one would really, regardless, I like this either way. I just think the Thunder have better coached players, higher effort level, higher intensity level. It doesn't matter. They want to win every game, and they've shown that. The Suns, meanwhile, have checked out. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you name it. The Suns are done, guys. They are done, and it's very disappointing for me because I had the Suns making the play-in tournament, but they are done. And I'm getting my money back on them by fading them like I did last night successfully. We're gonna fade them again, and the Thunder are gonna win again tonight by 10 plus. It's gonna happen. So love it there, guys. For our number 1 pick, we're going with the Oklahoma City Thunder minus 9.5 spread here versus the Phoenix Suns, minus 108 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we got a familiar play here. We got Zach LaVine over 22.5 points here for the Sacramento Kings. Going plus 100 odds here on Fanatics. For one, I love that we're getting plus value. Risking a unit on this. But I also love what we've seen from LaVine over the last 3 games. So LaVine has gone off the last 3 with logs at 25, 37, and 43. And we were on that game where he had 43. We took his over 20.5 points. Well, they bumped up his line a little bit for good reason, but they didn't bump it up enough. This guy right now is on fire. And more importantly, the Kings have won 3 straight with this guy doing what he's doing. So what does that tell you? Are the Kings likely to go back to the same formula and say, Zach LaVine, shoot us back into this game? 100%. Why wouldn't they? They're definitely going to be looking to that formula for LaVine to carry them because he's been doing it and successfully. And he's playing great defense. So he's playing huge minutes. For one, I believe he played over 40 minutes the other day. The brother's playing huge minutes now with the Kings needing to win these games. And they're still in this spot where they want to play that play-in game at home. Obviously likely to be versus Dallas. Phoenix has a 0.0 chance, a 0.01 chance of being that team. But it's likely that we're going to see the Mavericks and the Kings in that play-in game. And obviously the Kings are going to want to be playing that game at home. So expect LaVine to play big-time minutes once again. Expect him to get his shots up once again. He's in a great matchup here versus the Nuggets. The Nuggets are allowing the 2nd most points to shooting guards over the last 15 games and the 6th most threes, which is a huge part of LaVine's game. When we were watching LaVine go off versus Detroit the other day, he was hitting 3 after 3 after 3. The end of the 3rd quarter, into that 4th quarter, he must have hit like 6 or 7 threes. So obviously he's very capable of that, and if he does that, it just shows you how quick he can cash a line. I think he hit, like I said, 6 or 7 threes. Let's just say it's 7. That's pretty much just points line. In that small time of frame, that about 7-minute time period, he put up about 21 points or more. I forget exactly how many it was, but like I said, it was a lot. So it shows you how much ground he can make up, even if you're behind in a bet with LaVine. You always feel like you got a chance with him, just because he can go off. And I think, once again here, in a great matchup versus Denver, with the Kings winning 3 in a row with this formula, I absolutely love it. You saw the Nuggets fire Mike Malone yesterday, so the feelings in Denver can't be great as far as the effort level defensively. So if they're already kind of lacking on that side of the floor versus the shooting guard position, I don't anticipate it being better on the road where they just fired their coach. It's hard to imagine, but you never know. But in either case, really regardless of the matchup, even if you threw the matchup aside, LaVine's just going to go out and shoot tonight. I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to come out and be aggressive for this Kings team. Like I said, it's been working. I look for that to continue. So, love it there for our number 2 pick, guys. We're going Zach LaVine over 22.5 points here for the Sacramento Kings. Plus 100 odds on Fanatics. Okay, and at number 3, we got Josh Giddey. Over 26.5 points and assists here for the Chicago Bulls. Going minus 120 odds here on Fanatics. So we're risking a unit on this play. Love this spot and this line for Giddey. We've taken this line on Giddey before and cashed. And this is where I like his points and assists line. Now, when we were cashing this line, eventually they bumped this line up to like 30, 31.5. Well, it's come back now. And I think he's in a great spot versus the Heat today. He's 15 of his last 18 games to this line, and he's still hit 25 and 2 of those misses. So he's very consistent. He's going to give you a chance to cash every time he takes the floor at this point. And the Bulls really have been playing good basketball with Giddey leading the attack. So I expect that, again, to continue. This is another spot where I expect him to continue this. He's 2-2 this season versus the Heat with logs of 31 and 38. So he's put up the numbers versus the Heat already this season. We were on that game where he had 38. We had him over 6.5 assists there. I couldn't believe his assist line was 6.5 that day. It is 8.5 today. I just feel like having the points in there is also a good look here today. He's 7 of his last 8 home games to this line. And even if Trey Jones, the point guard of the Bulls, were to return today, I still see Giddey leading the attack. They've been most effective with Giddey. Expect that to continue. And if Trey Jones comes back, obviously he's going to be 100% limited and all these other things. And there's no guarantee that he comes back today anyway. They've been holding him out, and I'm not sure that he actually plays today either way. But I don't see him affecting Giddey's numbers too much. But it's important to take a look at your injury report, see how bets are affected. Like I said, I don't see him affecting his usage too much. The Heat allowing the 7th most points, the 12th most assists to point guards over the last 15 games. So they've been pretty bad versus the point guard position, which we like that. We've seen 10 of the last 12 listed point guards cash their points assist line versus the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like that. Giddey would have been on a back-to-back, but he didn't play yesterday along with most of the Bulls starters, which was interesting. So all those Bulls starters should be playing today. I think they were just kind of sneakily resting all these guys, even though technically they listed them with injuries. But come on, bro. They had all of them out. Kind of obvious when you do that. That's how you get an investigation for resting your players like that. But in either case, I think Giddey comes back strong tonight. He returns to the floor, and they get a big win here over the Heat. So love it there for our number 3 pick. We got Josh Giddey over 26.5 points and assists here for the Chicago Bulls. Minus 120 odds on Fanatics. Okay, and finally at number 4, we got Stephon Castle under 18.5 points here for the San Antonio Spurs. Going minus 110 odds here on Fanatics. 1 unit here. It's weird. Fanatics really did have the best lines today. And that is my book. So it worked out great. I know it's my primary book. So it actually worked out really good today as far as that goes. So hopefully you guys have a Fanatics account. But in either case, I love the spot here on Castle. So if you look at his numbers for the year, he's under in 65% of games this season, 63% on the road. Not really that important because what you want to focus on is now. And lately, obviously, his usage has been much higher with De'Aaron Fox going down and with Wembanyama going down. So he's 6 of his last 10 to the over, 8 of his last 10 to the over on the road. So why do I like it? You guys are like, yeah, you're not selling me on the under here. Well, they're playing the Warriors. Let's just start there. This is a rookie guard playing the Warriors that's got Draymond Green on the floor, Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, bunch of physical guys that can play defense. I don't see a rookie dicing up this Warriors defense right now. It's just not going to happen. We saw him play the Warriors the last time here recently, and he put up 9 points. Was that surprising? No. Like I said, this Warriors defense is locked in right now. They played great defense last night. They still need to win this game. I don't think they're going to mess around. I think they'll play their starters, and they'll come out and win this game. This is everything to play for still for the Warriors. We saw the Spurs last night give the Clippers a fight without Kawhi Leonard. I don't think the Warriors are going to want to mess around here with the Spurs team because if you rest your starters, there's a chance the Spurs could pull an upset. They already did that versus Denver, and they fairly nearly did it versus the Clippers. So the Spurs team can be competitive if you give them an opportunity. I think, to be honest with you, I think this is one of the reasons why Mike Malone might have gotten fired for the Nuggets. If you guys recall that Nuggets-Spurs game, we took the Nuggets spread in that game. They rested their entire starting lineup that day. Made no sense. Well, maybe the owner looked at that and said, what the heck are you doing? You're gone. You just threw away a very important game in the Western Conference standings, and you just threw it away like we didn't need it. You needed that win. And maybe that had something to do with it. Honestly, I think that because it wasn't long after that, you just got fired yesterday. So, but in either case, so this matchup is incredibly tough for Castle. The Warriors allowing the 5th fewest points to shooting guards, the 3rd fewest points to point guards over the last 15 games. So obviously, this is not a good matchup for guards right now. And the Warriors, we saw the intensity last night versus a bad Suns team. They still brought it. Their vets showed up and they performed. I think they'll do that again today. I think they know what this is about. They know the deal. They know the drill. And they're going to come out and play tough defense. And I just don't see Castle hitting this line. You can actually get this 19.5 line. It's 18.5 that I took. But you could take the 19.5 line on FanDuel for minus 132. Now for me, I didn't want to lay the juice this time. I wanted to take some better odds. And I believe that he's going well under the number. So that's why I took the 18.5. But he did post logs of 19-9 versus Warriors. Like I said, that 9-point game coming recently, he did post 19 earlier in the season. So if you feel more comfortable taking the 19.5 line, do that. Like I said, ton of blowout potential here for the Warriors. Spread set to 16.5. So there's definitely a chance that Castle loses minutes for sure with the spread set to what it is. And obviously you can see him not play down the stretch if the Warriors pull away in this one. And like I said, I just can't see a rookie guard like Stephon Castle dicing this team. I can't see it happening. I really can't. Especially on the road in this environment against these boys that could play some defense. No way. Just don't see it happening. So love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We got Stephon Castle under 18.5 points here for the San Antonio Spurs. Minus 110 odds on Fanatics. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Apologize for the late video today. I have been sick really the last week or so, so I'm going to be honest, I did take a couple extra hours of sleep today just to try to get my head feeling good and get my body feeling a little bit better and be a little bit more clear. I don't want my over tiredness and stuff getting in the way of putting out winners, so that was a conscious decision to do that. So, typically though, our videos will be live, 8:30 in the morning for baseball, 9:30 hopefully for the NBA. That's what I shoot for. If it happens to be later than that, just bear with me, guys. I know sometimes the videos are later, but they will be here. The important thing is, the videos will be there well in advance of the game so you guys can get the picks in if you guys are interested in hearing the analysis. That's the important thing. So, appreciate you guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the new video format. Trying something new out. The biggest thing I wanted to do, I'm still going to rant. I'm still going to talk a lot in these videos. But I wanted to trim down the membership spiel, the merchandise spiel. You guys know where all that stuff is. If you guys are interested in any of that stuff, it's down below in the pinned comment. I've talked about the membership quite a bit. You guys know the deal with that. You get early access to all the plays. You get access to our Straight Fire MVP exclusive play of the day. And it's, like I said, a great way to support the channel. But I don't want to talk too much about it. Other than that, you guys know the deal. You guys know the drill around here. You know where everything is. The join button's down below. I've had people ask me where the links are. The join button's down below, right below the video, like in those little buttons. And there's also links below in the description and in the pinned comment. Guys, I'm losing my mind here. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. Let's have a big day in the NBA. Let's have a big day in baseball. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.